time. So is there something you'd like to say that hasn't been said yet, or that you'd like to say more fully as a piece of advice or recommendation for anybody who wishes to deal with whether they're very, very sensitive or not very sensitive or whatever, to help people engage with that a bit more fully in a way such that their life is better for them?
Mm. Well, I think if I were to speak to people that feel like their intuition is not as turned on as they would like, um, is to invite them to recognize those moments where their body unequivocally knows something in even quite granular ways. So, you're cooking and you're making a pasta sauce and you taste it and you're like, something's missing. What is it? And your body is probably searching mostly for like, what is the taste profile that's missing? Salt. I need more salt in this. And so you put salt in and then you taste it again. And this whole process is not analytical. It's intuitive. You're waiting for the moment that your body goes, oh, that's perfect. And you know that moment, right? You know that like it's a very different feeling when you've hit exactly the right amount of salt on your food and you're like, that's it, right? I I would really invite people to notice those "that's it" moments, no matter how small or mundane they might seem. You know, "That's it, that's the way I want the books to look on my shelf," or "That's it, that's the belt that needs to go with this dress," or whatever it is. Because noticing and logging that sensation of that's it, is this, like, it got in. That's the rightness. I know what's true. And I think we can dismiss these more, pedestrian moments where we feel that and be like, "Yeah, yeah, whatever, that's how much salt I like on my food." No, like celebrate and notice and acknowledge and give yourself credit and log and feel that moment when your body goes, I got it, I know it. Because then they'll just get more prolific and they'll be about bigger things. And then you'll have that feeling about a relationship or a conversation or a job opportunity. You'll, these things that people ruminate over and can't make a decision and, make all these pro and con lists because they're in their analytical brain, and nothing wrong with that half of the brain. But for those people that are trying to get the other, and it's not brain halves, but that sense of our brain. And I was just thinking, like last week was kind of like feeling nostalgic, and I was thinking about some of the big decisions I've made in my life. And I was thinking to myself, feel like in a way I don't actually make decisions anymore. I just eventually acknowledge the decision that has already been made. Like I already knew what it was, and my hemming and hawing is just me like not wanting that to be the decision or like not wanting to admit that's the decision. But I was thinking about some of the big choices I've made in recent years, and I was like, yeah, I don't feel like I actually decide things anymore. I just like come to acknowledge what the decision is that has actually existed for quite a while.
Know that feeling as well. It's a wonderful thing. Excellent. So this has been such a fantastic conversation. We've talked about so much, and I could happily carry on talking to you for hours. Has there been